this weight on my shoulders, slowing me down. I don't know how it came about, and why the world is spinning faster every night.
Hi guys, I am finally back with a whole house speed clean. I am so excited and so happy to be back. I really miss being in here, but there have been quite a lot on our plate, but I will tell a bit more about that later on. So this video being filmed after we had our parents over for the weekend to celebrate our son's birthday, and it was 8 of us in this tiny house, I would say, so I wasn't able to get all my cleaning done. Plus, when we have guests over, I try to really narrow down my cleaning to the most necessary things, because I think it's rude when you have guests over and instead of spending time with them, you just start to clean your home. So if they took the effort to visit us, the least I can do to appreciate their time and give my attention. As you can see, this time I started the cleaning with the dining area, not really where I usually start, but the bed we made, so I thought let's just get this area quickly done, because it really only takes like 5 minutes or even less, and although it's not like an actual dining room, but it has a big impact on the tidiness of this open space.
I feel I'm stuck in reverse somehow, but it ain't no one's.
And here comes my daily load of laundry. Do you guys wash a load every day, or you have a designated laundry day when you wash all your laundry? I am definitely a one load everyday person, especially because we have no tumble dryer yet, so our clothes have to be air dried, which takes quite longer in a really humid country. Summertime is fine because we have lots of sunshine, but fall and winter time is sometimes a nightmare. So by washing a load every day, the clothes have time to dry until the next load gets a wash, but we definitely need 2 clothes error to be able to wash a load every day, because the clothes not always get dry under 24 hours. But it's not just about the drying, but also about folding clothes, what isn't really my favorite chore. I find it really boring. But if I have less to fold, I am more willing to convince myself to do it quickly.
Fault that I am stuck here, no one to blame this on. Feeling
The kitchen isn't too bad because that's the area what I do clean even if we have guests over, and now I am not talking about guests who come for only a few hours, more about guests who are staying for a few days. So next to the chore what are a must, like washing the dishes, I like to keep the kitchen as tidy and clean as I can. This is the area where we handle food and most of us gets in, and lots of random things would be placed, so as cleaner as safer for our health and well-being, because no one wants to eat food from a dirty kitchen.
so hopeless, I keep on pouring.
So because the kitchen isn't too bad, I am only tidying up and cleaning the countertop. The only thing what always gets out of control when we have many guests over is the dishes. So because we have a slimline dishwasher is slightly smaller and I cannot fit as many dishes like in a regular sized one, so the dirty dishes are piling up. I do wash them by hand, but I just cannot hand wash dishes and be in the moments with the guests, so many times dishwashing gets delayed. Until I am tidying, cleaning and wiping in the kitchen, I will just catch up you guys broadly where I have been. So we had my son's birthday celebrated from late June till nearly beginning of July, because my husband's parents are divorced, they do come on separate weekends, so now I am cleaning up from the first weekend and also getting ready for the second guest weekend. Then July came with lots of school events, then prepping for a wedding back in our country, and for our usual long summer holiday when we go home for 3 weeks or around 3 weeks. And that needs a lot of prep, because first it's a long drive, like 26 hours car drive if you wouldn't stop. Then we also have a second home back in our country, if I can call it like that. It's only a land in a foresty area with a caravan and a storage trailer on it, but there is no electricity, no city water, only a river what we have, so we had to learn and figure out the way to create all these things. But in an everyday life it's there, you only need to pay for it, but here you have to create the system itself. So we had to look for information, solutions, then tools and components, And because we are living in the UK for 11 years now, and we kind of started life here because after college or university, I don't know in which category it falls in the UK, we straight away came in UK. So we learned and we know how things are working in UK, but in our country everything is so different, the parts, the materials, so sometimes we have to buy it in here and take it with us back home because it's easier than spending days to figure out what and how we should do or use back home. Also, we always have to build something. This time we built a laundry slash pantry slash storage house next to the caravan. So now we have a room where we can wash our laundry, have a bigger fridge freezer than in the caravan, and we can store food. Maybe once I will show you guys around and it will all make more sense. But the thing is, there is always something to do. And then as we got closer to the end of the school year, we got the sad news that my husband's grandfather got a minor stroke and he also has a blood clot in his neck. So we both finished nursing school, so we kind of knew the outcome. The only question was the when. So thankfully my husband was finishing with his job. I was filming videos for you guys for over the period when we aren't here. And that was only a few days from school, and because things wasn't progressing, we took our son out of school and headed back home to be able to say goodbye to my husband's grandfather. We told him that we will come and visit him in the hospital on Saturday, but on our way back home on Friday morning, we got the sad news that he had a second stroke and he passed away. So we got home on Friday night, and from there for a week we was taking part in the whole mourning, what is quite a process in our culture, so it took a week. We also had a holiday booked in a half a year ago in Bulgaria with my parents for a week, so 2 weeks were already gone. In the meantime, I tried to edit my videos, but it went so slow that by the third week, I just fed up and said to myself that, okay, then let's just leave it and let's build and get the things done on the field. We call our second home field because it's a field with a forest at the back. And once I get back to UK, I will catch up because it was just overwhelming. We also had quite a few get-togethers, so we had no rest at all. We also have an ongoing fight with the neighbors at the field because they are trying to get quite a big chunk of our land. So now we have a lawyer and it's just such a process, like everything, to be honest. I hope soon our country will start to digitalize things and make the official things more reachable and user-friendly for ordinary people as well. And also because nothing is digitalized, it takes quite a long time to get the informations, and because of that we also had a forced rest. So we would be back, but we couldn't and had to stay for a few more days. Then on the way back home, we popped into my husband's sister in Hungary to welcome their baby boy, who was only a week old by that time. So we had quite a lot, from loss to welcoming a new life, from holiday to working crazy, really a mix of lows and highs. So this is why I just couldn't cope with everything and YouTube got on the resting bench. I'm afraid to say that now I am back and ready to carry on. Don't get me wrong, I am more than ready, but because every time when I feel like now it's my time and everything been straightened, we are back to normal, there is always something what hits me back to the ground, if you know what I mean. And sorry for taking so long. I try to speak broadly, but maybe some things wouldn't make sense without a bit of explanation. So far, we finished tidying up in the kitchen, the worktop been wiped, so everything looks pretty neat in there, but we haven't done the dishes yet, just so we can get going with the rest of the tasks for today, because we got quite a lot to get done. Here I have to pack away one set of guest bedding, fold the laundry what I just took off, and of course the everyday tidy up, and then getting this room ready for the next guest.
I shouldn't stay. I feel the pressure on me. How it's itching.
There is still one day until our guest arrives, so to keep their bedding fur-free, I will just cover the bed with a blanket, and also the pillows on what they are sleeping, I will put it behind the decor pillows. It won't look the best, but our cat, as you know, she's allowed on the bed and she loves anything what is freshly washed. Even if I just mop the floor, she would sleep on the laminate. It sounds crazy, but if I want her to sleep on his windowsill pillows, then I have to wash them just as regularly as our bedding, otherwise she won't sleep on them. And as soon as they've been washed, she's up on them.
Under my own skin. It's getting real.
The bed is ready and protected, so all it left is to tidy up a bit more, then dust and hoover.
Hard to breathe. I gotta move on, gotta move on.
Because we have that second home what we are just starting to build up, our attention and budget quite split, and we couldn't focus on the loft conversion, but we really hope to get it done by Christmas. At least it would be a quite nice Christmas gift. It's not a big renovation like an extension, because mainly we will just board the existing place, but before that we need to make sure that the structure is strong enough. We already got the structural engineering documents, so there is a bit of progress, but now we have to find someone who does the structural things on a reasonable price. Then the rest my husband and his team, or even just both of us, can make it. It will definitely be a nice addition to this maisonette, but until this all happens we have to work with what we have. So when we have guests over, we move our daughter in our son's room. Now she's big enough to don't get bothered by the room changing, and this way our guests gonna have their own room.
Right now. I feel the pressure. A force of habit to point at another mistake, but two wrongs don't make one right. I gotta pull it together before it's too late. An hourglass in my mind, a light. I know it's all my fault that I am stuck here. No one to blame this on, feeling so hopeless. I gotta find the way before it disappears. I cannot stay. I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting
And with the last chore, which is the hoovering, the room is ready for our guests. And of course, we cannot leave the bathroom refresh out of the cleaning game. The bathroom again is an area what is necessary and a must to clean while having guests over, especially when there is more people over. Now I am not saying that I came in and scrubbed the whole bathroom every day, but like rinsing the sink, wiping the toilet seat, and adding a bit of toilet cleaner in the toilet, which actually has double action, cleaning the toilet and leaving the bathroom nicely slanted by eliminating any odor. And as a third important thing is to rinse or clean the bathtub. That is something what we do every night anyway, so we got that already in the routine, but to be honest, it's all in the routine anyway. Just 5-10 minutes refresh every day can make this space feel fresh and comfortable for everyone.
real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now.
By keeping a shorter version of your cleaning routine, you can stay on top of your cleaning, but also keeps you in the move, so it won't feel overwhelming after that your guests go home and you have to clean the whole house from top to bottom, but you haven't cleaned for a few days at all. Then it can be a bit painful to get back to the routine, especially because you are already tired from the lots of cooking, entertaining, maybe you went on trip or trips. Anyway, now it's easier for me to catch up with my more extended cleaning, where I also wipe the countertop and I will scrub the topware and the screen.
I feel the pressure. Ooh, when did I get so blind? I didn't see this coming. Ooh, I should have heard faith calling, trying to.
I love black topware, but in the same time I hate them as well because we have quite hard water, so I do struggle with lime scale. I really try to keep up with the cleaning, but still the lime scale just builds up slowly but surely. And the thing is, if I scrub the tops too hard, the paint will start to come off, like at the edges. And I can take that with the top on the bathtub because that's a no-name brand, but our shower is from a bigger brand and still lime scale just sticks to it like a magnet. And at the edges, if I lightly scrape or even just scrub a bit harder, the paint will come off. And sometimes I just cannot decide if it's lime scale or just the paint came off and I can see the metal, which is really annoying. I feel like black Tupperwares did come in trend like a bomb, but they seem to be gone just as quickly. I am not a trend follower, so if I am saying it wrong, then correct me out, but to me it definitely seems like that.
Pull me out, but how do I get out? Yeah, how do I get out? I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin.
Both of us parents have a bit of toiletry stuff with us, what they use when they come over, so they don't have to bring with them every time they come. Plus, some of them they aren't even able to bring with them on a plane. Usually they only come for a few days, so they don't need a checked-in baggage, and there are more stricter rules for the cabin baggages, so they leave them with us and I prep them for them by the time they arrive.
It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure.
A quick floor cleaning and I can add my new bath mat what I found in TK Maxx, and I just love it. I love shopping in TK Maxx because they have such great stuffs and unique, I would say, and they aren't too pricey. And I have to mention day candles. Oh, I cannot shop in there without checking day candles out. And I just quickly wiped the stairs because we kept coming up with wet feet from the pool and the stairs turned really slippery. This is the next day and the day before my husband's mom's arrives. We still have things to restore, but thankfully the only bed space is my son's room. But to be honest, only looks messy because there are clothes everywhere, but other than that it's pretty tidy. So first I will take off the dryer laundry so I can fold the clothes better and have more walking space. Then I need to fold the extra mattress because we won't need it this time.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin.
For the first few times it was tricky to fold this mattress, but now even the mattress got so used to it that it can fold itself. Well, I wish, but seriously, it's way more easier to fold it now because I know how many folding I need to do and how wide, so I can fit back to its box.
I will keep trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign.
Once the mattress is folded, I can go ahead and keep folding, but this time I will fold the clean clothes.
Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a
I didn't fold the clothes as you can see while our parents been here. I just took them off so I can hang the next load. I don't really like to do laundry when they are here because it's quite a long task. First you have to collect what to wash, then you have to load the washing machine, then unload it and hang the clothes, fold them. But because our routine is that we wash a load every day, missing out a few days can really destroy our routine. Then everybody starts to complain that I don't have clean shirt or I cannot find my favorite whatever clothing. So even if I am not doing a load every day when they are here, but I still try to squeeze a few loads in. It depends how long they are staying. Thankfully I got all of them folded. There are a few socks, but yeah, we are done with the laundry. And now I am just tidying the top of the storage unit, then a quick hoover, and this room will be done too, and we can go to the next room.
sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign.
We were closer to dinner time, so I quickly wanted to tidy up in here. So while the kids will have their bath with daddy, I can hoover and mop in here. And because I am filming, I said to the kids that it's alright, I will tidy up their toys, but thankfully if I ask them, they will do it. And I noticed that they are starting to understand that why it's better if they clean up the toys with what they aren't playing anymore. So I hear more often that they are saying to each other to let's first tidy up these toys, then we can play with the other one. I hope as they get older they will keep this cleaning up after ourselves routine, but I know teenage years can be quite tough.
Just give me one more talking to you. Here we go again, staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me.
We also had a few random bits next to the toys. Here we have the aquarium plants, what arrived by our parents being here. You already seen my new aquascaping attempt because I did it in the previous video because that made more sense, but yes, that all happened after this. We need this extra chair, so I will just keep it here for now. Then I have to take the mattress and the pump in the loft and tidy up the aquarium vacuum and cleaning stuffs because I cleaned a bit the aquarium just to keep the fishes safe until I was able to deep clean the aquarium.
Just wanna let you know I could go for this, no more tricks. We could take things slow.
So we did clean the kitchen, the rooms, the bathroom, the hallway a bit, and now we refreshed the living room as well. So all it left to clean the floor, and we are ready to welcome our guests in the morning.
Say you think about it too. When the lights go out and there's no doubt that I should be with. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign.
Now, I know I already showed you a bedroom speed clean, but because the bed was made in a funny way and also our son's room being tidied but wasn't everything back to the order, I added in the end the missing cleaning, so a few clips of me cleaning after my husband's mom went home, and I can now get everything back to order.
Just give me one more talking.
Now I can properly make the bed, I don't need to cover the bedding or hiding the pillows. The next thing what wasn't wrong before but now is missing is our daughter's mattress, so I will quickly bring that back, and with that the room will be back to its shape.
Till you in, here we go again, staying up all night to see.
Once the mattress will be back, I will be able to move everything back to its place in our son's room too. And of course it needs a bit of tidying as well, but because I already showed you guys how I previously cleaned the rooms, I just thought there is no need to repeat everything to you. So I only added what is different or what extra needed to be done, but in real life I did the same steps again next to these extra bits.
If you've been texting me, where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign. Yeah. Give me a sign. Yeah, give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me one more. You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else, I got you.
I left this clip in the video how I am tidying the top of the Kallax because I just didn't want you to think that I didn't do it, and I left the mess there. Also, I just want to mention that the roller blinds is only closed to keep the heat outside. It was a really hot day, and I usually leave the blinds halfway or a bit more down so we still have some natural light, but the most of the sun rays are closed out so the house heats up slower.
And you got me too.
You can write all the blue I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away.
I also added a few kitchen cleaning clips as well because, as I said, that chair is an extra chair so it can go back in the loft. Then previously we cleaned the kitchen but we haven't washed dishes, so I added some dishwashing motivation in here because I am sure I am not the only one here who finds dishwashing a tedious chore, but if somebody is talking to me or I am listening to something, it always tricks my brain and it feels like that I got it done so much quicker.
Hey, someday, I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you.
I just loaded the dishwasher, but there are more what needs to go in there, but to get them first I will wash the dishes from the top and load anything what needs to be loaded afterwards. There were quite a few dishes what needed a hand wash because, as I said, those dishes get delayed, but it's better late than never.
Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're at a tight end. I got you, and you got me too. We can always make it through. What we do is what we do. I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared. You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so come.
Then a quick sink scrub, and because we had really hot days and anything what gets in touch with food can become smelly really fast, I did pour some Zoflora in the drain to disinfect it so there will be no bad smell.
Call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're at a tight end. I got you.
A few clips of me just wiping the countertop because that's always a must, but with this we are done for today. Soon we will be starting our 4 deep cleans, but before that I think we will have 1 or 2 videos. It depends how quickly can I edit them, and then we are entering in our 4 deep cleaning era, and this year I am refreshing my decorations, so I am so excited to see them in our home and of course to share them with you. But for that, don't forget to subscribe so you will get notified when those extreme deep cleans are up and live. Until then, thank you so much for watching, have a lovely weekend, and I see you in my next one. Bye guys!